Happy, fantastic Friday, Sooner Nation. Welcome back to the Sooner Surge. Thanks for being a part of what's happening here. The Sooners have just landed a big-time O-line commit. They've gotten a commit from Eddy Pierre-Louis. What a get, four-star composite. This is one that OU fans have been waiting on for a little bit of time now, and now it is coming to fruition. And maybe it's not just SEC chant right now. It's EPL. EPL. This is a significant gain for the University of Oklahoma, guys. Bill Bedenbaugh deserves credit here. Obviously, EPL was in cohorts with other teams, and, Oregon was one. There are others in the mix, but OU gets the commitment today from Eddy Pierre-Louis. What a get, guys.
Yeah, all the Florida schools were in heavily on him. I know there was a lot of controversy over him making the visit or not to the OU-UCF game. It ended up not happening. But to be able to hold on and get that, Bill Bedenbaugh was there, 2 weeks ago for an in-home? Yeah, so to really just lock them down and Caden Green's absence, something has to be filled. Now, Eddy Pierre-Louis, I'm not saying he's going to start as a freshman, but that depth matters a whole lot more right now than it did on Tuesday before any of that Caden Green stuff went down.
Yeah, and it's a guy, when you look at him with UCF, a lot of it between OU and UCF, gosh, I don't know, the last 2 months or whatever. And it was kind of, here's his highlight tape, but, it was kind of a weird thing. It felt like you never really felt confident, I would say, until maybe the last month, 2 to 3 weeks. You, as OU fans, you heard a lot and maybe felt confident. But, yeah, this is a huge get. You put it with the other guys that have already committed to Oklahoma, and it's a great signing class, really, for Bill Bedenbaugh.
If you look at the film already, we've seen 3 plays, and Eddy Pierre-Louis is about 20 yards down the field, guys. Obviously, his speed, he's a track guy. Not that he's elite at track, but he does throw shot. He's a pretty good shot putter, but also he runs sprints. I'm sure you guys have seen the video clips of that. There's not many linemen even trying to do that, and it's only going to help his speed. And every play that we're seeing here, he is down the field mauling people. Okay, that's not something every lineman does.
Yeah, what's the signature Bill Bedenbaugh blocking scheme for offensive linemen in the run game? It's pulling. Eddy Pierre-Louis is going to be a nightmare for SEC defenses when he's pulling. You see it here in the early highlights. There was 3 straight pancakes on pulling blocks. The guy's 6'3", 335, and runs faster than he runs like a linebacker almost. When he's running to make that pancake block downfield, it's impressive. Someone his size should not be able to do that, but he does. And man, a few years under Bill Bedenbaugh, and he's going to be a very, very good offensive lineman in the SEC.
Well, and he's your signature, interior offensive lineman guard. Not a guy that they're going to move to tackle. This guy's a guard through and through, like you said, Hunter, with the pulling and stuff. He's going to be that guy. You look at, you could put him, I don't know, in a few years, you got him and the Daniel kid out of Europe. I think put 2 or 3 of these guys together on the O-line. I think it's going to be a great unit together. I think this class could kind of grow up together and be just a great unit.
Yeah, I completely agree. A lot of people have been very critical of Bill Bedenbaugh throughout this recruiting class because he missed out on the 2 biggest names that he was in on, and Casey Poe and then Grant Briggs. But look at what they did get. Eddy Pierre-Louis, 11th ranked interior offensive lineman in the country. Eugene Brooks, 247 is higher than anyone on him. He was, if you're not looking at composite rankings, I believe he's ranked even higher than Eddy Pierre-Louis. Daniel Akinkunmi, he's just now learning how to play football. He's only played he told us about 15 games, give or take, in his life. And he's already talking about insane body fat numbers that he's going to get to, early enrollee as well. So there's also Isaiah Autry, the nephew of Marcus Dupree. This entire offensive line unit, and then Josh Isosa is the 5th one. Like you said, they could grow together as an offensive line. Now, I'm not sure which one would kind of take over the center duties, but I'd be very shocked if a few years down the road we're not seeing at least 4, if not all 5, of these offensive linemen starting alongside each other in the SEC.
Yeah, I mean, Beatenbo has done a great job getting the young guys out of high school here. He's building a base. Some things that stand out, and you did mention Brooks. People are forgetting about Brooks. I mean, let's just be honest. No one's mentioning him. That's crazy to me, but that is a fact. But I'll tell you another fact is you've seen several highlights on these clips, guys, of EPL on the defensive side of the ball. Now, he's not going to play defense, okay, but anyone who can wrap up the agility it takes to play D line is a little different than O line. So I just think, to me, it illustrates and highlights his athleticism over maybe some of the other guys, because he can do things laterally and downfield that other guys can't. Size wise, he's big enough now to play immediately. Okay, that's not a question. His size would go SEC right now and translate. It's going to be if he's ready with scheme wise and physicalness. But guys, he's got everything you would want in an O lineman to be SEC ready.
Yeah, I think a good way to put it for EPL is everyone knows it's hard, very hard for freshmen to get on the field year one with Bill Beatenbow. Caden Green did it, but it didn't happen until midway through the season. I see the same thing happening with EPL. Kind of that midway point following Texas or Texas week. You have the 5 games and you have a bye heading into Texas. Around that time, if there's any sort of errors made by whoever the starting offensive guards may be, I would think EPL is going to step in and kind of take that job and run away with it.
Yeah, and you look at even last year, Hunter, just some of the guys that beat him last year that we really haven't seen yet that are going to be great players on the O-line. I know we're talking about all the stuff with Caden Green leaving, but if you look at guys like Heath Azida, Logan Holland, I mean, guys that are going to be difference makers, they're just young. But the thing is, when that class and this class grows up a little bit, I mean, he's going to have really good unit with those 2 years of recruiting.
And the other thing is, Beatenbow his hand may be forced to play some younger guys earlier next year. If you got some early enrollees and you got that non-con stretch early, there is a chance, if he knows going into it that there's going to have to be someone played earlier than he would like. He's got that capability with early enrollee practice times and then the non-con to maybe get that done. It's not ideal. I don't think Beatenbow would say it's ideal, but sometimes you have to adjust. And I trust Bill Beatenbow in the decision-making for that. But this is just a massive get for OU, guys. One that was kind of leery a few months ago. You didn't know, like Hunter said, when the visit really didn't happen against UCF. But here we are today on December 15th, celebrating a commitment from EPL at the University of Oklahoma. Kudos to Beatenbow. What a great get. Can't wait to see EPL in the Crimson and Cream. And, yeah, enjoyed that highlight tape, Hunter. Thanks for putting it on there. If you're not subscribed to the Sooner Surge, make sure you click the button subscribe, because we will always have content every single day, 24/7. Sooner Surge Double Trouble, 9:30 tonight. We'll talk more about it. Congrats to EPL for the commitment. Till next time, Boomer.